Not me just got off the phone with Instagram. Instagram called me. Like, isn't that crazy? I just got off the phone with Instagram and I asked them so many questions. I had to ask them some questions I've been itching to know. And then they also told me answers that I already kind of knew the answer to. But we're gonna talk about all that in this video.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly.
So a few days ago, I got this pop-up on my Instagram and it asked if I wanted to schedule a call with an IG expert to discuss like my goals and how I can achieve them. And I said, why not? I teach Instagram to my clients, so I might as well take the call and just, get some insights and ask any questions that I have. Oh, by the way, I'm Whitney, digital content creator and social media consultant. This is where I share business about content creation. So if you are new to the creating world or you just need some guidance in this creating world, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So I spoke with Isabel and she was super sweet and super patient with me. It was supposed to be like a 10 to 15 minute call, but girl, I came with the questions. And so our call ended up being like about 25 minutes. I kind of went over my time, but she kept trying to get off the phone with me and I was like, I just got one more question. But she was super patient with me. And I was actually at the mall when she called. And how it works is they give you like a text message warning to let you know, like, I'm gonna call you from this number, and when I call, you better pick up. And if you don't pick up, then you just might miss your opportunity. I wanted to make sure that I did not miss that call. So when she called, I made sure my phone was on loud, one. And then when she called, I had to stop everything I was doing and grab a piece of paper. The only thing I had was receipt paper, so I grabbed that, and then I got to taking notes and asking questions. And here's what I gathered. So to start, she's gonna ask you your goals. And I just stated that my goal was to grow and to monetize, which is typically everyone's goal when it comes to Instagram. Everyone wants to grow in terms of followers, and then everyone wants to figure out how they can make money on this social media platform. Something I was shocked by, she suggested, they had like a suggested posting schedule. They're suggesting that we do 3 to 4 reels per week. This is the best way to grow. 3 to 4 reels per week. Whew. And I kind of suggest that with my clients as well when you're just getting started out, but that's a lot of content to create. Reels are how you reach a new audience. It's how your content is put in front of new faces. Reels is how you reach a new audience, but she did say if you want to like touch base with your community and reach your already existing community, she said carousels is the best way to go. She said post at least 1 carousel per week. So reels is for new audiences, and then carousels is how you reach your existing audience. I didn't know that. I primarily post reels every blue moon. I'll post a carousel, but she said that's how you're gonna like touch base with your audience and keep in touch with your already existing audience. My next question was, should we or should we not use hashtags? One minute we were using them heavily, like 30 plus hashtags every time, and then people said they're not really working, so we stopped using them, and then people said you should use keywords, and then we started using keywords. And then there was even one point where we were putting our hashtags in the first comment of every post instead of in the caption. And so she said, this is what she said. She said hashtags definitely work. She said definitely use hashtags. She said use them in the caption, not in the first comment. And then she also said stay away from like oversaturated hashtags, like hashtag FYP or hashtag explore or hashtag viral. Like these are super big oversaturated hashtags. She said instead aim for more specific and relevant hashtags. She also said to mix in hashtags with like your location or the brands that you're featuring or loving. So hashtags definitely work. One thing I was shocked by is she said that keywords don't work. I was shocked by that because I thought keywords would kind of help with like SEO and make sure you pop up in searches, but she said it doesn't. So that's what she said. I'm just a messenger. She was also very adamant about collabs. She said it's a great way to grow. So this is when you co-create a reel with another account, and then you invite them as a collaborator. And then once they accept it, then the reel will be shared with their audience and on their profile as well. And I've noticed this does work. I've done this twice, and I did it with two different brands. I'm noticing that brands are asking to be collaborators now. I haven't quite done it with other creators, and I had the opportunity to, but I forgot about it. It's just something that just slips on my mind. It's like you have to go to another tab to even invite a collaborator, so it just kind of slipped my mind last time. But I'm noticing that whenever I posted the content, I invited the brands, but the content kind of started off just kind of like mediocre. It really wasn't reaching a lot of people. But the second the brand accepted the invite, like the views and the reach on those pieces of content like totally increased. So I'm assuming that this could be because we're using those Instagram features. The brands that I was specifically talking about, it's not like they had millions of followers. I think it's just because we collaborated on it and Instagram is favoring that. So basically once they accept the invite, the reel will then be shown to their followers and on their profile. And she said that this increases your reach and your engagement, and I absolutely think it does. She did mention that you want to collaborate with like aligned accounts, like people within your niche, people with like similar audiences and similar account sizes. She said if you try to collaborate with someone that doesn't have as many followers, it probably won't be as successful. You kind of want to collaborate with people like in your boat, in your category. But this is a great way to get new eyes on your content while like you could literally, and that's the thing about collaborating with another content creator, is that not only are you getting to access their followers, but they're also getting to access yours. And so this is a way to like just kind of merge your communities and, you know, grow. Another question I had was about the lifespan of a post. Like I've been on Instagram for a very long time, and I remember at one point, like if you posted something on Instagram, you pretty much only had 48 hours of life before that post just kind of just fell by the wayside. But she said that the lifespan of the post just depends on the engagement the post gets in the first 8 minutes. I didn't know this, but she specifically said 8 minutes. She said if it gets likes, shares, saves, and the view time is up, then it will circulate a lot longer. If people are having dialogue in the comments, then it will just live longer. And we've all seen where a post will pop up on our feed and it'll be like from last month, but it's popular. People are commenting on it. People are tagging folks, saving it. So if you can get some dialogue happening in the comment section, then the post will live a lot longer than normal. So my suggestion during those first 8 minutes, like really focus on replying to those comments. Every time someone comments, go ahead and reply. That just increases the number of comments you have. Or you could reply with a question that encourages them to come back and comment some more. This is also a great opportunity during those first 8 minutes to start engaging with other people in your communities. So naturally, they'll just kind of come back to your profile, see what you got going on, and then engage with your most recent post. You know, I had to ask this question. I was not gonna pass up the opportunity. Like this is where I should have started the conversation. But I asked her, is it possible that when creators post sponsored content, so whenever we use hashtag ad or hashtag sponsored, is it possible that Instagram suppresses this piece of content? It just normally performs substantially lower or less, and sometimes just flat out poorly compared to like our organic, non-sponsored content. She said, I have no answer for this. But she did acknowledge it, and she said that she notices it too. Just the views and the reach just tend to be a lot lower on sponsored content. And I mentioned this in my influencer video and why I think this is happening and what it means for creators. So if you're interested, check that video out. I also asked her if bonuses were ever coming back. Remember a while ago when Reels first were introduced, Instagram was like pushing out money for content creators based on their views. Like you could sign up for bonuses and get paid. She said that that's out of her scope of work, but I did ask her if this was happening on Threads, because I've seen a lot of people posting saying that they're making a whole bunch of money on Threads. I've seen people saying that Instagram, Meta, Facebook, Threads is paying them to post threads. So I just wanted to see if it was true. I just wanted to ask, and she said that's out of her scope of work. Speaking of threads, she did say that it should be a part of your social media strategy. I don't know if she's saying this because she just wants this to like translate over to Instagram, or if they're just trying to push the Threads app. But she did say to add it to your social media strategy. She said you should be posting at least once per week on Threads. You're able to post up to a 5-minute long video. She did say to use tags and hashtags and topics to help increase your reach. I have noticed on Threads that if I use hashtag whatever the topic is, like it will bring in more views and more engagement. So hashtags definitely work on Threads. But lastly, she did mention using Instagram native features. So whenever we edit, because naturally we edit on different apps and then we offload it and then upload it to Instagram. She said instead of using that third-party app, she said Instagram has some great editing features like text, zoom, crop, reverse, motion blur. You can change the speed. So she said go ahead and use Instagram's native editing tools. I usually don't edit in Instagram, and so I'm interested to see if that like increases my reach or if it has any favor with my content. Let me know in the comments if you edit in let me know where you edit your content. Do you edit it in Instagram? Do you edit it in CapCut? Are you a Premiere Pro kind of girl? Like, let me know where you edit your things. Something that was relatively new to me, I kind of knew this, but I've never used it before. She said that in the Meta Business Suite, you are able to schedule your content ahead of time. I know this is super helpful for people who have a social media strategy. So they already have like a schedule, they already have content that they're supposed to be posting. And so instead of like trying to post it in real time and like forgetting or, like your mind slipping, she said that you're able to schedule not only your posts, but you're also able to schedule your stories in the Meta Business Suite. So interesting. So if you get that pop-up asking you if you want to call, I'm encouraging you to go ahead and request one. Like, you could have someone who works for Instagram answer all your questions. So go ahead and sign up for the call. And by signing up for the call, she also said that you will receive weekly emails that support creators. So I'm on the email list. I got my first email recently. So if I get an email and it has anything good that I should share, I'm gonna report back to y'all with my findings. But I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.